This is Dan Hendricks. He is the director at the Center for AI Safety. He recently published this paper titled Natural Selection Favors AIs over Humans. His organization works on reducing societal scale risks from AI. Dan recently gathered AI experts and public figures to express their concern about AI risk, and they released this statement. Before we talk about the new AI risk, let's talk about the old risk, the one that gave us GPS and 24-hour weather, the one that became a ballet dance. You don't believe me? Give me 67 seconds.
Major event coming up with side booster shutdown and separation.
Inside shutdown. Side boosters. Beacon. Center.
Presenting different boosters. And they're heading towards Earth. They're about to begin their landing burns. We'll hopefully be able to bring you nice footage of that.
Both side boosters transonic.
And watch for the landing legs deploy at the tail end of that landing burn.
And that landing burn has started.
Both boosters looking to be on track towards their respective landing
Boosters
zones.
landing legs have started. Side boosters landing legs have deployed.
And the Falcons have...
Thanks to Elon Musk and SpaceX for those miracles. And back to the present. The statement says mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. I am no AI expert, but I have 3 questions. Is AI technology toxic? Or is the environment in which it is operated risky? Or is it the social dynamics that are risky? Now, I do not expect answers to these questions just yet, but let us find out first who these experts are, and then we'll see what their concerns are regarding AI safety. A while ago, when I said experts, I misspoke. The first 2 signatories, Jeffrey Hinton and Yoshua Bengio, are the discoverers of deep learning. For this, along with Jan LeCun, they received the Turing Prize. And the third person on the list, well, where do I begin? Demis Hassabis is the CEO of Google DeepMind. To me, he's the Mike Tyson of gaming AI. He is the Usain Bolt of reinforcement learning human feedback. He's done so many things, I'll let him explain it himself.
Collaborate with many fantastic scientists and mathematicians on all these problems. And then in applications, there's a ton of those too. Fei mentioned some of those earlier. We saved, one of the early things we did at Google was saving about 30% of the cooling energy used to cool the massive data centers at Google. So there's a huge energy saving, and we're starting to explore doing that across actual whole power grids. WaveNet, our most realistic text-to-speech system that everyone uses, a variation of that, one of the first autoregressive models that we did. Aaron van der Oord led that work at DeepMind way back, and is now the basis of all modern text-to-speech systems. So pretty much any system that you're talking to and their very realistic voices that come back are based on this work. We compress YouTube videos down by 4%, or improve recommendation systems across the board, really. A huge amount of impact there on applications too. Then, of course, there's large models, all the rage right now. We've done a ton of work in this area. Just to pick a few things out is Chinchilla, one of our sort of famous results that looking at the scaling laws of large language models and actually showing that find the important finding that they're kind of undertrained, or they were undertrained back a couple of years ago. AlphaCode, our system that can program at in competitive programming competitions, program at median human programmer level, and that's getting better all the time. Flamingo, our system to describe what's happening in visual images. And then Gatto, probably one of our most general agents out there so far. You can think of it as an arbitrary token-to-token translator, and it doesn't care what those tokens are.
Ilya Sutskever, co-founder and chief scientist at OpenAI, is the younger, distilled version of Jeff Hinton to me, and he's the brains behind OpenAI's fabulous success. As you can see, further down the list, we have many CEOs, we have researchers, we have scientists and engineers, and we have safety experts as well. The Center for AI Safety has given us 8 examples of AI risk. They say here, AI has been compared to electricity, to the steam engine in terms of its potential to transform society, and the technology could be profoundly beneficial, but it also presents serious risks due to competitive pressures and other factors. Market pressures aside, in this section, they try to answer the question, what is AI risk? At the beginning of the second paragraph, they say this: when AI becomes more advanced, it could eventually pose catastrophic or existential risks. There are many ways in which AI systems could pose or contribute to large-scale risks, some of which are enumerated below. The reference is the paper that we've seen before. So basically, Dan is pimping his own research paper. The title, How Rogue AIs May Arise, refers to Yoshua Bengio's work. The first AI risk is weaponization. Here they write, malicious actors could repurpose AI to be highly destructive, presenting an existential risk in and of itself and increasing the probability of political destabilization. For example, deep reinforcement learning methods have been applied to aerial combat, and machine learning drug discovery tools could be used to build chemical weapons. I have read the references, and for the most part, I believe they are talking about well-funded institutions and government. The second AI risk, misinformation, predates all of the other risks and is probably the most lucrative of them. They say a deluge of AI-generated misinformation and persuasive content could make society less equipped to handle important challenges of our time. Indeed, solving this probably requires the overhauling of the whole social media industry. I would also guess that the sharpest tool for this would be AI. The third objective is proxy gaming. When trained with faulty objectives, AI systems could find novel ways to pursue their goals at the expense of individual and societal values. Most of social media and recommender systems will be at fault here. I think this is where government should. The fourth risk sounds like a joke if one should say it with a lisp. Enfeeblement. Enfeeblement can occur if important tasks are increasingly delegated to machines. In this situation, humanity loses the ability to self-govern and becomes completely dependent on machines, similar to the scenario portrayed in the film Wall-E. So could old-fashioned laziness become enfeeblement? I really can't tell. Maybe it's just me. But AI risk number 5 sounds like the name of a pyramid scheme. Value lock-in. On a serious note, highly competent systems could give small groups of people a tremendous amount of power, leading to a lock-in of oppressive systems. To me, it seems they are asking that businesses that use AI be regulated. Emergent goals. AI risk number 6 is completely new. It says models demonstrate an expected quantitatively different behavior as they become more competent. The sudden emergence of capabilities or goals could increase the risk that people lose control over advanced AI systems. This is indeed cutting edge of research on AI and transformers. I pray and hope that with time, security-focused, narrow AI will help mitigate this problem. Risk number 7, deception, is probably as old as misinformation. They say we want to understand what powerful AI systems are doing and why they are doing what they are doing. One way to accomplish this is to have the systems themselves accurately report this information. This may be non-trivial, however, since being deceptive is useful for accomplishing a variety of goals. I think this area of research will probably be very fruitful. The eighth AI risk is power-seeking behavior. Companies and governments have strong economic incentives to create agents that can accomplish a broad set of goals. Such agents have instrumental incentives to acquire power, potentially making them harder to control. I must confess, it's hard to talk of power when you're talking about computers, even very intelligent AI computers. Is this power in the gamified sense of the word? Biggest supercomputers will never run for office. This marks the end of the review of the statement on AI risk. I think this is really directed at governments and such organizations. Ordinary people may not have the knowledge, the skill, or even the money to execute on the ideas, even if they had them in the first place. Thank you for watching.